What's up, all my fellow Fix-It employees? Welcome back to another episode of How to Satisfactory. And yes, I know it has been a while. It has been a very long while. I have been just extremely busy with a ton of stuff, and well, let's just say
things just got out of hand.
But fret not, my friends, for I have returned with a fantastic new episodes, multiple episodes, in fact, because I'm pretty sure what we're going to get into today, what we're going to delve into, is going to take more than one episode. I already have counted on that, actually. So this is going to be just kind of part one of what we're going to go into. But first, I want to discuss a little something that we had some issues with. Episode 16. Episode 16 wasn't perfect. There was a problem at the end of it for some odd reason, and I still have yet to figure out why. It cut off the end of the video, and I re-uploaded this thing like 3 times, and it still cut off the end of the video. I don't know why it did it. It was just a YouTube thing or something. I really have no idea. But we lost the entire end of that video. It just cut off as I was building the storage containers on to the end of the Nobulisk constructors, and I wish I could tell you why that happened, but I really don't even know myself. But there was more content, just a little bit more, right after that I was really wanting to show you guys. Sadly, it's all gone, and there's nothing I can do about that. But since we are picking up right from where we left off, I can at least show you one thing from that was left over. Well, not really left over. We're going to repeat it, basically. But maybe some of you guys know this. Maybe you haven't. I've mentioned it before, actually, in the How to Satisfactory videos. But there is another use for Nobulisk constructors. Instead of just, like, blowing up rocks, you can also kill creatures with it. But let me ask you guys. Did you know you can use Nobulisks to get rid of the Chipotle plants? Or the Taco Bell plants? Or whatever you want to call them? Yes, that's right, my friends. What you do is you take one of the Nobulisks and you just toss it near or onto one of the Taco Bell plants. And then detonate. No more smelly gas. No more toxicity in our life. It is gone. We can actually get rid of every single one of these guys. It's fantastic. Now you guys have a great use for these things. Look, even the bird survived. I don't know how. He was pretty close to that, but he did. But that's not the only thing that has transpired in the world of Satisfactory since I have been away. No, we've had a brand new update added to the early access. No longer an experimental. Update 6 is now live for everybody. Now you too can enjoy all the great things like holstering your weapon by hitting H. Yes, that's right. All new map is available now. You don't have to get further into the game to unlock it. It pretty much unlocks kind of early in the game, actually. Quite early. So you can now see the map and where you've gone and where you've visited and stuff. And beacons. Beacons are no longer in the game. There's a lot of other stuff, probably that I'm forgetting right now. But those are big things, right? Right? You guys want to know another little tip? Just another little trick that is now available in early access? Huh? I bet you would. No longer, in order to copy anything that you want to build, do you actually have to go, like, bring out your Fix-It tool to do it. And then just, highlight it that way and do it. No. None of that pesky business. Now, we can just right-click, or not right-click, but middle mouse click, right on anything. Yes, how awesome is that? Oh, I want to copy that wall? Boom, wall. Want to copy this floor? Boom, floor. Want to copy this constructor? Boom, constructor. Yes, that's going to take some getting used to. You'll probably see me bring out my Fix-It tool and, like, copying things with it because I'm so used to doing that through, like, all the iterations and updates of the game. But yeah, and also I just noticed this line is, like, messed up. But that's fine because we're going to be working with these lines today. We need to work with the steel. Alright, so here is the plan for the next couple of episodes. What we are going to do is we are going to add another floor in up here. We are going to start constructing the pieces that we need to get to the next phase, phase 2. We need the automated wiring and the industrial beam thingamajiggies. I can't remember what they're called, but we need to make those in order to get to phase 2. And we are going to need steel in order to do that, which we currently have all the steel kind of going down into here, and then it goes underneath there, and it does some things, goes into storage for us, because that was all we needed it for before. But now we need it for other things, lots of other things. Alrighty, so here's the plan. First thing is we are going to take out these lines right here, since that one wasn't even straight anyway. Hopefully your guys is, but mine's not. So I'm going to take out all of this that we have done right in here. Get the conveyor holes, get everything underneath the conveyor holes. That's going to go bye-bye now, okay? Bye-bye. Alright, what we're going to do now is we are going to take one of these 1-meter foundations, and we are going to put it right there, right on top of that, and one right next to it. Right there. Just like that. Now, we want it to be, let's see, how many foundation pieces is this? That's 1, and that's like, I don't know, 3 or something. Actually, here, I'll just count this down. Let's do it this way. It is, let me do vertical. Alright, so if I place that there and we bring it down, it's about 6 meters high. 7 if you count that one. So yeah, 6 from the floor and then 1 more equals 7. That's how high we want that to be. Now the reason I'm telling you the height instead of also just telling you where to place it is because chances are your factory may not be like mine, in which a lot of this may not even matter. If you didn't build your factory exactly like mine, you may have already found a way at this point to get these in there. But the basic foundations should be the same for everything. Like how we've built everything. I really need to kind of redo a lot of this, but at this point it's too late. I even considered restarting my How to Satisfactory series at this point because I feel like we've made a lot of mistakes and stuff. In the beginning it was a great starter factory. Now it's kind of grown. We needed more stuff, and it's gotten to be a little bigger than what I thought it would be. And we have this gigantic gas kind of thing here, which we can't get rid of. Those we can't get rid of. We can get rid of the Taco Bell plants, but we can't get rid of the Chipotle rocks. No, can't get rid of those. So it's gotten to be a little bit of a problem. And honestly, there are better places here in the plains that we probably should have built, but the basic foundations are good. My starter factory, and by the time we actually do get around to doing series 2 of How to Satisfactory, where we'll start over and stuff again and with better tips and things, I think by that point I will have everything kind of nailed down on, and the episodes will come a little sooner and a little easier, and maybe be a little easier to follow as well, because I do realize some of my instructions aren't the clearest. I also have a lot of the whole, the jumping thing going on in my early videos too, which ran a lot of people off. So I get it. I get it. But, hopefully a lot of you have stuck with me, and that's proven by the comments I got on my my video I made where I said I almost quit YouTube, with all the great comments and stuff that you guys, most of you just don't care about the jumping. In fact, you never even noticed it. So, yeah. But some people did, and they raised valid points. I'm not saying they were wrong at all. I'm not saying that any of the people who did that, who told me, that my jumping was a problem, I'm not saying it wasn't a problem. I'm not. It was perfectly valid points. It is. I'm just saying, I hope to fix that in the future if we do a series 2, and I'm pretty much sorry for all that. So, but yeah, I can't go back and fix them now. I can only go forward. And that's what we're going to do. Because I'm already digressing. I've already gone off onto a whole nother tangent, which I didn't intend to do. And that's usually what makes these videos way too long. I'm trying to do a much shorter video for this one, because we're going to try to divide this up into sections and to make it easier. But anyway, all right, so we have our things there, and like I said, maybe your factory might not be the same, so this could be completely different. But if you guys have been following everything that I've done so far, then this should be about right here. So especially with this wing, which, honestly, it's a beautiful wing. It really is. But yeah, hopefully you guys have this about right. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to take out this wall right here, down that way because I want to build into this a little bit. So what we're going to do is also take out that right there, and I'm going to try to stay out of the smoke if we can. So I think we can do that. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this conveyor belt down here, which connects. If we drop down in here, basically what it was doing was coming down, going under, and then coming out and going that way to go over there, where it then gets added into the line and sorted out. Now, we are still going to do that. That is a thing that we are totally going to do. But I also want to split the steel so that we can get it going up into separate lines that are going, you know, to our new section of the building that we're adding, our new floor. All right, something else I kind of want to do here, we're going to take this foundation, this 4-meter foundation, we're going to run this, I need to turn this to Zoop. We're going to run this along the wall right here so that it connects up to that. Yeah, this way I can kind of move back and forth here. But we also need, oh, I'm in the gas. See, this is going to be a problem. If you guys are working down in here, you may get into the gas. So let's make sure our health is at full thing. And, oh, speaking of which, is another great thing about the new Update 6. Your health will slowly refill over time. So as long as you're not in combat or anything like that and you're just chilling and building, your health is going to start raising. Look, mine just went up kind of a notch right there. So, it went up again. See? It's perfectly fine. You slowly reheal now, just like a cyborg would. Yeah, see? Leaning more into my thoughts that we are actually cyborgs and not actual humans. You guys watch Westworld, right? Alright, anyway. Now what I'm going to do here real quick, so I'm going to take out a couple of these foundations, and I'm going to grab a couple of these ramps, and I'm going to put these ramps here where we can actually kind of get up and down with, because we are going to be working down in here, and we need a way to get up and down. So this should help a little bit if I can get over top of the fence. Okay, just delete the fence then, because the fence is going to be a problem. Get rid of the fence. All right. What? I still can't. Oh, I know why. I'm like, why am I not jumping very high? Because another thing in Update 6. I was actually going to make an entire video about all the different things that's been added in Update 6, but at this point, you guys probably already know it. You've probably already watched a bunch of other videos and stuff on the new update. But if you haven't, I'm just going to go through the things that we need to know as we come across them. One of those things is if we go into our inventory by hitting tab, you will notice that we now have different slots on our character. We have head, body, back, legs. So if this is the first time you've logged in since Update 6, you will notice your Blade Runners are on your back. Well, that's not going to make very good... That ain't going to work. It just ain't. Blade Runners tend to work better when they're attached to your legs. I mean, unless you just walk with your back, which, you know, that's just weird. Why do you do that? You know, that's not normal. Don't do that. But anyway, go ahead and move them over to your legs, and then we can also attach things if you have anything for your body or back or anything like that. You can attach those into that. So later on when we get, like, you can have a jetpack and Blade Runners. You can have even a, like, jetpack, Blade Runners, and a gas mask. That's pretty awesome, right? Alright, but anyway, I digress yet again. We're just going off on wild tangents in this episode. And this is why I thought, you know what? I'm probably going to need a little more time to work on this. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to put this over here. We're going to put this foundation back because we need to work in this foundation. Alright, we need to put a couple of conveyor holes in here. I'm going to put these as far down here as I can, right up against the corners right here. So one there, and then I'm going to put the other one right there. Alright, then we're going to grab a floor conveyor lift, and we're going to put this way. Now make sure you have it, make sure you hit R to have it where it's an inbound. So we are going to be bringing the conveyor belts down and in, so make sure that is yellow before you place it. Alright, same thing here. Let's go ahead and connect our belts up. Boom. And shakalaka. There we go. Alright, so now we have the beams coming down this way. We have the pipes coming down this way. And they're now going to be moving down to the floor below us. Now, let's move down to said floor. Jump down here. Alright, go ahead and grab a conveyor lift. We're going to bring this down. like that, and we're going to turn it facing us so that the output is coming that way, like that. So it's going this way. Bring this other one. Now this one is going to do a little something different. This one's going to go this way. That's right, right that way towards the gassy rock, like that. Oh, get out of the gas. Okay. Now go ahead and grab a conveyor splitter, and we're going to have it with the make sure you turn it so that the input is coming off of that conveyor lift, like that. Now some people have had luck by just taking this and just putting it right up against it, and the material will go right into the splitter. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know, but instead of just even attempting it, I'm just going to show you just do it this way. Basically, you can do it however way you want, but that's how I'm going to do it. And then we're going to bring a conveyor belt coming out and just kind of turn it that way, and the other one is going to go down this way. We're not going to mess with this right now. We're going to come over here, we're going to grab this conveyor splitter, we're going to put the other one so that it is coming out of the other conveyor lift right down there, facing that way, just like that. Alright, now this one I actually am going to put down through here, so let's go ahead and put that right there. That looks about right. Alright, so we have a conveyor belt going this way, and the other conveyor belt is going that way. That's going to connect into those, which are still going to go into that and into our containers up above. So that part we don't really have to change too much. We're only changing down here. Alright, so now we need to get right there, and if you have a ladder, that's probably the easiest way to do it. If we just bring a ladder right down here, because we're going to be working like up and down through here pretty easily, and the ladder is going to be our best friend for this. So let's go ahead. We're going to take out this. We're going to take out this right there. All right. Now we can kind of see below us here. That actually kind of works. All right. So what we want to do is we want to come up here and we want to build a couple things here. So let's see. I want this to be right in the middle. All right. We're going to go ahead and take a foundation here, and we're going to put a foundation here. Now we're going to grab a couple of mergers. Smart splitter, converger. Actually, no, we want splitters. That's right. And we're going to face this one with the input coming in, and we're going to put it like right down here on the edge. Like right, and right there is probably good. Yeah, right there. Now face the other one the opposite direction so that the input is coming that way, like that. Okay. Go ahead and take a conveyor hole. We're going to put it right in front of that splitter right there, and the other one on the other side, like that. This should work by taking a conveyor lift now, connecting that into that, and if we turn it, oh, I gotta hit R. There we go. Alright, so that's an input now. Boom. Come over here. That should be going into that right there. Alright, so now we have it's going to come up and into this one, up and into this one, and then it's going to split these out, which we can totally just take care of right now at the moment. Let's just go ahead and bring that over here like this. Bring that one over here like this. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to have two more going to the other side. Now the reason we're doing this, we're splitting this up because we're going to send steel pieces, the beams and the pipes, down this side, right down there, right underneath those steps right there, all the way down into that section. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So that's why I'm doing, you know, all these splitters and stuff right here. It's a complicated, beautiful mess is what it is. All right, so let's step back down here. Now we should have, let's see, is that in my way? No, this is in my way. So if I delete that right there and delete that right there, now we have these right here. All right, now we can see kind of what we're doing. Let's go ahead and grab conveyor lifts, bring these down, and oh look, I'm out of reinforced plates. Good thing we have a bunch. I'm gonna go grab some. All right, just gonna grab a couple of hundred there, since we are gonna be working with a lot of these lines. And let's jump back down here where we can kind of see. All right, now this should work. Now we grab a conveyor lift, we bring it down, and we face this one this way, like that. Make sure it's all the way down to the floor. If it turns yellow, it's too far, but right there. And from here, we can even see, we can even take that line right there with the beams. We're going to bring it down right into that. Look how easy that was. If you get everything lined up perfectly, that works great. There they go. They're going up now into that. And that should send them into the splitter. Now, one more time. With feeling, we are going to bring this one down. And we're going to turn it the other way. Just the way we did that one right there. Now notice I'm doing this so I can stay out of this mess of the gas down there. This is the easiest way to do it. Alright, so now all we have to do is grab a conveyor belt. Just hook it into that splitter. Bring it over and bam. Goes perfectly into that one as well now. Now we have the steel beams going up. We have... those are the steel beams. I keep getting those two confused. These are the steel beams going up. We have the steel pipes going up to that level up there. That is all done down there now. Okay, perfect. Now let's hop back up. Oop, wrong side. Go back up here to this. Alright, now we just have to run these down that way. But that's not all. Now we need to get up here. We need to finish all of this up here now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put our floor back. Like so. And let's hop up over here on top of this. And what we need to do is build the floor kind of all the way over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out this ramp right here real quick. I'm going to copy this foundation. And I'm going to try to get it like right on the edge of the other foundation right there. And then just run that over. Just go as far as I can over that way. Same thing for this one right here. Just run it all the way over. All the way over to the other side. Go ahead and put our ramp back right there. There we go. Okay. Now we come over here onto this side. And what we want to do is we want to put a foundation here. And let's go ahead and put one on top of it too. Like that. We're going to come over here. We're going to bring this over to that. That's perfect. Yeah. Alright, that's not all the way over here yet, so we will just kind of bring it over. Well, actually, that one is. That one is, but this one's not. So we'll bring this over to there. Okay. Now, we can't really work in this area because of the gas. That is a problem. So we just have to be really careful what we're doing here, or we have to work really, really fast. If we had the gas mask already, that would be a lot easier. So we're going to connect the conveyor belt all the way down there, and we want to try to bring it over here to in here in this area. All right, so let me see if I can get this just right. If I step over here, yep, I'm in the gas, so I'm just going to have to work quick. And I want it to go over this way and in. So right there is where we want it. Back to, and then just bring it over this way. Okay. Whew. Alright. I can't believe I got that. But we did it. Alright. Now, this one, we want to do the same thing. Right over here. I want to make sure that we have it straight. Oh, that gas. That gas is horrible. Right there. And then bring it over to... Right there's where I want it to go. So I'm going to take it back to... It pretty much looks like it's going to go right on that line right there. And then bring it in that way. Yeah? Yeah, I think for the most part, that kind of did it. Alright, so we'll just bring these up like this. Just like that. There we go. Alright, now, our steel is now going to be running up that way. And also going to be running up on this side over here as well. Or it will, eventually. Alright, let's come over here. And I need to get this, and we'll bring that up that way. Let's take it right to the edge. And then bring this one over to there, back to, and then move it over to the edge here as well. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Alright, perfect. Except we don't really need... I'm going to run over here on this real quick. Alright, we don't need these right here now. I'm pretty sure we can take these off, but I might just leave them. I don't know just yet. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. But now we got to go. We got to build our next floor. So, steel. Oh, Oh, wait. Before I forget, we need to get the steel connected back up to our lines going into our containers because we need the extra to go in there. So, once again, we're going to drop back down here. We can actually just take this out now. So, we don't need these ramps now. Take that out. Take that out. We can rebuild this back the way we had it. Just like that. I guess that's how I had it. I don't remember exactly. Alright. Go ahead and take this out. And we are going to essentially just bring these down. Alright, so that is going to come down to here. Yeah, make sure it's straight with that. And then we'll take this line out. But then we'll connect that line right back up to that. This one, same thing. Bring it down to, probably right there. That's actually probably fine. And then bring us down. Let's bring this one. Let's connect it to that. And then we'll bring it up there, back to, and then connect it to that. Alright. Now, as you see, steel beams are going down. It's being split down here. Once it comes down on this floor, it gets split. And it goes into this area, which is then put into our containers to be, housed later. And then we have these that are going this way and going up, and then getting split again on each side. Lots of splits. A lot of splitting things going on. Alright, now guys, we are going to build these walls up on each side of this area here, where our assemblers are, to about 4 high. So let's grab one of these basic walls, bring it up 2, and then take that and then just run it all the way down through there as far as you can. Same thing over here. What am I out of? I'm out of plates. Not a problem. We can get some plates. Right here, this container has plates in it. Boom, boom. I'll grab 2 things of them. Alright. We're going to come back over here. We're going to take these and we're going to move that all the way down through there like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Run that down through there. You know what? Let's just go all the way there because that way it'll be easier. Put one on top of that one, run it down as well. All the way down to here. Now we're going to come all the way down to this side. To right about here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and keep this the way I have it, right? And then what we want to do is I want to grab a foundation, right? And I want to put 1 here. And let's bring it 3 out. And then 1 right there. And also 3 out. And then over here, going to do the same thing. So the 3rd one up, right at the top, bring it over. And bring this one over. And you notice we have a small gap right in the middle. That gap is exactly what I want for this floor. I'm pretty happy with that. And then we're just going to bring these, we're just going to make a floor for logistics. Run that down. Run that down. Let's just go as far as we can, honestly, with it. Just go 10, whatever. Same thing here. Just run these as far down as the eye can see. 10 is your limit. It's as far as you can build down. Bob, why are you inside my factory right now for, Bob? Why? Bob, get out of here. Oh, great. Now he's just in here. Oh, and I don't have any novelists. You know what? Alright, fine. Stay here. I will get rid of you later. Let's go ahead and build a ladder. Going to that top floor right there so we can get up to it easily. Climb up there. Alright. Now, same thing. Build that all the way down. This is going to end up being about 11. I'm thinking 11. Yep, build that one down there. Same thing, build it down. And then run that one down there. Alright, so now, What this is going to be is another floor of assemblers. We're going to put about 3 to 4 assemblers on each side. I haven't quite made up my mind how many we're going to put up here just yet, but about 3 to 4 on each side of this. And then we're going to just like fix this up a little bit. But now you can kind of see things are starting to take shape. Now you can see what we're doing. We're bringing the steel down. We're going to bring it down over here over top of all of this. And then we're going to bring it up to the logistics floor underneath of here. What will then go into assemblers up here. Same thing on the other side. Essentially, this is going to give us everything we need down both sides right here. Now, we also had to connect a couple things over here. We also need to get wire and copper sheeting up to these 2 floors as well. That, my friends, will be the next episode where we finish everything up. But hopefully now our steel factory is good and all the steel is coming in. At least I hope so. I'm going to jump down here real quick, make sure I haven't missed anything. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. We do have this little area down here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take one of these here, right, and I'm just going to run it down. I'd go to vertical and then just run that down all the way down into the floor. I want to do the same thing here. Just run that down. I don't know how far I can take that. Let's see. As far down as I can, actually. And we're just going to hide those. So once it gets down there and it goes into that, then it goes up into these. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see all the little under things going on down there. So I'm just going to hide that with those foundations right there. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for this episode. I will be back with part 2 of this. When we'll finish up, we're going to merge all the other components up to the next floor, and then we're going to put in the assemblers and get everything going. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know a lot of you guys have been looking forward to the next episode of Satisfactory, as well as getting on to phase 2. Mostly I'm getting a lot of questions now about nuclear and things kind of past this. So instead of wasting time with some of the other stuff that we've been kind of doing, because I know we've spent a lot of time on phase 1 and doing things, you know, it's been a long time coming to get to this point. And I really thought, you know what, we need to move on. We need to get things moving and grooving, and that's what we're doing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you want to see what happens next, tune in. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe for that part 2 episode so you know when it drops, which is going to be very, very soon. Until then, though, thank you guys so much for all of your support. It means the world to me. The channel is growing. If you make sure you hit that like button down below, because that helps YouTube's algorithm so that other people find the channel. It helps the channel out. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything to hit that like button, and it's just very much appreciative. Also, comments. Comments are also good for the YouTube algorithm. So if you want to say something nice, or you know, if you want to ask any questions about why I'm doing a certain thing, anything like that, love to hear those kinds of things. I want to help you guys. So put those comments down below, and I will try to respond to as many as I can. But this comes to the end of our workday today. I will see you guys in the next video, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.